Hello everyone, the Honest Collector here to give you the truth on the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse second wave. Here we have Peter Parker. This is not Peter B. Parker. This is not inspired by Peter B. Parker. This is inspired from Into the Spider-Verse, the regular Peter Parker, or not the regular, but the more fit classic one, as you could see right there. The box isn't the best in the best condition because I ripped it open like that. I don't keep these things. I don't personally really like the way these look. But you could see Peter Parker right there. Definitely looks way better than what the actual figure looks like. I'm going to put that head sculpt on him right now. And yeah, the colors just look better. Looks more matte. And it's not as, like, it's not as clean looking, I guess. It's just way more matte, and it adds a lot more to the figure, and the proportions are a bit better. And yeah, this definitely isn't as ugly. The web lines, the pattern, the way it's sculpted is completely different overall. And yeah, it looks very, very different. The face is also different as well, as you could see. It kind of looks like this is a bootleg, and then that's what it was supposed to look like. They're also completely different shades of color. And yeah, so they definitely look different here. This looks a lot better than this in comparison, but I have some good things and some bad things to say about this figure, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, you can see all the others in the wave. You have Miles, Spider-Gwen, and then the rest here. I picked up these three, so I'll be reviewing those along with this one. So you can see here, you got the dimension portal opening up like that. You got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. You got Miles, Miguel, and Gwen right there, inspired by Into the Spider-Verse, Marvel Legends series, Peter Parker, all this stuff that you see right in front of the box, Ages 4 and up, all that stuff. This just ended up being there, don't worry about it. And that's basically it. So let's get on to the actual figure itself. And like I said, yeah, it's not great, this head sculpt. I don't personally like it that much. It doesn't really look like him. It kind of does when you zoom in, but the details just get lost a little bit. It definitely looks really good. Like, I like it, but it's just at the same time it looks off-putting. And no, that's not just because it's blonde. I think what they did before, they actually captured his look here a lot more than they did with this here. So yeah, not the best head sculpt that we've seen from the Spider-Verse line, but it's definitely not the worst, because there's another in this wave that looks like garbage. But yeah, honestly, I'll take it. It's not horrible. I like the detail in the eyes and everything, and it looks okay. Onto the other head sculpt. It looks pretty good. Traditional Spider-Man. I love the way this looks, but mostly just because it's a classic suit, and I like the red and blue. That's more like a purple here with the bright red. It just contrasts really well. So immediately, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that the web lines aren't painted at all, which gives off a really cheap look. And then there's like barely any paint on the rest of the figure down here. On the blue, there's paint, and that's why it looks so shiny compared to this. So they are different, more purple, more blue. You could tell they look a little different. And then on here, already getting some paint rub. So that's not great. You could tell here, it looks like this part of the suit is wet. Like, it looks like a video game character when they're wet, like in Spider-Man 2. And then here's how it's supposed to look. So that's not nice, really, at all. I could definitely see this chipping off or rubbing or something like that in the future. But so far, it doesn't look bad. I do like the way it looks in general. I know I'm probably sounding very contradicting, but I like the way it looks. It just has problems. It's holding it back, and those problems is what looks bad. So another thing is that he has huge hands. He has really small forearms or wrists right here, and then the hands are just huge here, which isn't great. So that's not, good looking as well. And then you have the whole middle part that's like broken up into the U joint there, and when you bend it back, it's going to break it up even more. I don't know why they didn't continue it. And especially because here this is going to get messed up, so they really should have just continued it all the way down. Maybe they didn't want to sculpt it. The rest of the webs, maybe they were just that lazy. But that would have been a really easy fix. Also, that web pattern is completely different from the top part of the torso and the mask and the arms and the legs. It's way more scrunched together and way more raised, I guess, here. Like there's a huge difference, as you can hear. But yeah, he also stands kind of crooked. Like his legs are here, but his waist and everything goes that way. So it's like kind of odd to really stand him up in a perfect pose, because then to do that, you got to slant him to the side. So it's a little weird. But these are all tiny things that I can kind of get by, but I shouldn't have to be making these many exceptions for this figure. But yeah, other than that, it looks good. I can definitely pass by it. I like it. I think it looks nice. There's definitely some problems with it though. I don't know why this lighting looks so off. I'm gonna try and fix it. Okay, so hopefully that fixed it for you guys, but yeah, like I was saying before, there's some things that look good, there's some things that aren't. I'm gonna raise the camera up a little more just so I can put that figure under the light. So yeah, there's some things that look okay and that I don't mind, and there's some things that just look bad objectively. Yeah, so what else to really talk about? The spider logo on the back is good. The rest of it looks nice. I like the proportions. They're not horrible. The legs, yeah, they're pretty good. They're fine. I think we should move on to the articulation, or maybe I go on to the accessories. I don't know why I forgot. I go on to the accessories. So for the accessories, like I said, he comes with this head sculpt, which you've already seen. He comes with this head sculpt, and then he comes with, where are they? There they are. 2 flipping hands and no wall crawling hands, which is gonna bring this figure down a lot because Hasbro is being cheap, and that's garbage. No, he has to come with crawling hands or open hands, please, because now we can't even recreate one of the most iconic poses that this suit gave us, which is this one. And I'm really, that actually, you can hear the difference in my voice. That really pissed me off. I'm really mad at that. I was gonna do it in a posing video on shorts, and then I realized I couldn't, and I got really mad. So yeah, that sucks. So that's gonna bring this down. Yeah, that's all we get. Those flipping hands and the alternate head. Hasbro has to do better, man. I'm gonna continuously bring down ratings on these figures if they keep on like screwing us over like that. These are $25 to $30 figures. We should not just be okay with getting 2 hands and a head sculpt like as accessories, when there's like the SH Figuarts Goku, which with tax, it's like these figures are probably like $32. For $34 for like an SH Figuarts Goku, I understand, but they're the same. It's a different thing, but they're the same price. Get like 2 extra faces. You get like what, 4 or 5 extra pairs of hands. Like, it is ridiculous, dude. This is just, that really pisses me off. The accessories are garbage. The amount of accessories is unacceptable, and super inconsistent with the rest of, or some of the other figures they release. But I did want to try this one thing that I thought was cool. The Peter B. Parker head can fit on this figure. They have the same sized joint. I don't know what that is on his face. That's disgusting. Extra paint smear? I don't know. I guess I just never noticed that. But anyway, yeah, this fits on. This looks good to me. I like it. It's the same as putting the blonde head sculpt on him. But yeah, so this looks good. I actually really do mess with this. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then you can also, if you really wanted to just make him a little more unsuited or whatever, I'm gonna put this back on him just to give that effect. He can take, he could put this hand on. Those actually fit. So let's say he's like, can his hands not even reach? No way. Okay, there we go. Something like that. I don't know. This figure has like good articulation, but then just also has like really bad articulation. So let's say he's putting on his glove like that. That's really cool. I really like that. And then I believe I have the other head sculpt where it's like the mask is half on. You can also put that on as well. I'm gonna go get that for you now and show you what that looks like. All right, so here is the Peter Parker figure mixed with some of the hands. This is the hands from the Peter B. Parker and as well as the head sculpt here. This just looks so cool to me. I think it's really cool to and really fun to swap these parts here. As you can see, this is the Peter B. Parker figure here. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is fun to do when you give him these other accessories and stuff like that. But we still have no wall crawling hands for this figure, and that sucks. But I think this looks really good together. Now, before getting onto the articulation, I want to note that the reason why it bugs me even more that we don't get any wall crawling hands is because they literally just reused the hands that we got in the other one. These are the same hands and the same flipping hands that he also came with as well. So that's why we're getting nothing new. That's why the hands are so oversized, because we literally got them before with the jacket. Peter B. Parker. So that's what annoys me even more. There was no new accessories aside from the head sculpt, because the masked head sculpt was reused from the one where he came in just sweatpants, which was reused from this bottom piece here. Hasbro is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I'm going to leave this head sculpt on because it just makes me feel better about this figure. So he looks up this much. Yeah, fine. I'll just... Gosh, these fucking ball joints. Okay, so you didn't hear anything. So the neck looks this high up and this far down, and since Hasbro thinks that these things are the best things in the world, there's no tilt at all, just barely any. That's wonderful, because Hasbro doesn't know how to do ball pegs, so they resort to this stuff because fans think it's better because he can look up, even though the ball joint should be able to do the same thing, but not when it's being made by Hasbro. But he can look all the way around. And then the arm moves all the way around as well. It only goes up to 90. The arms. Hold on. Can I really force it? That's how high the arm goes up. My gosh. So then this is a bicep swivel here, which is good. No butterfly joints, which really pisses me off. I don't like that. Then you have, I think, yeah, because this is reuse of the top from the one that we got in the last wave with the sweatpants. So bicep swivel is a bicep swivel. It's pretty good. You got the double jointed elbows, which don't look the best, but they're not bad. So they work fine. Standard Hasbro wrist hinge there, and then the swivel. And then for the diaphragm, moves that far back, that far forward. So you're not getting anything out of that. So combined with this, you have this far back, that far forward, which thank God the legs move back or move forward, so that way I can actually look at this guy's crunching, because this guy's getting the Andrew Garfield treatment, except this one can actually rotates at the top. This one can actually kick up because it has the drop down feature, so it's able to do that. You are going to get some scratching on the actual leg itself, but you have to sacrifice that for these things. So moving this all the way up, then crunching him down. Yeah, it looks really good. You got a lot of crunch there to do a lot of posability, which is really nice. So that's what makes this figure fun. That's what saves it. But you do have a scratch on this joint right here, as you can see. And then you have double jointed, or no, you have an upper thigh cut right there. Double jointed knees, which works really good. They did that really nicely. And then you have a boot swivel right there, which is really good to see, especially on these figures. Then you have ankle articulation, moves down, moves up, no toe articulation. I thought we were doing that in Spider-Man figures, but I guess never mind. And yeah, oh no, splits. That's as far as he goes for splits. Disappointing and unacceptable, but acceptable because it's Hasbro, which doesn't make sense. But anyway, that's the articulation for this figure. Here he stands next to the Peter B. Parker from the Into the Spider-Verse wave, and next to the 2099 Miguel O'Hara, and I just added some shading on him, and I took off that ugly cape. So yeah, here he stands next to the Across the Spider-Verse First Wave Miles and First Wave Gwen. I'm making it a staple. Here's how tall he stands next to the Sonic Movie 3 Sonic figure and the Mafex Wolverine. Throwing him up next to some villains here, we got Marvel Legends Tombstone, not Deadpool, but we have Deadpool, and then Kraven the Hunter from the 90s animated series. Next, here's how he stands next to the Prowler Miles figure and the Spider-Man India. Since these two share some of the same events, here he stands next to the 3-pack Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and next to that Spider-Man from Earth 1999-99. Here's how he stands next to the Marvel Legends Homecoming Peter Parker figure from the 2-pack with Ned, and I really wanted to see how this would look, and gosh, this looks so cool. Here's how he stands next to the 2-pack with MJ Green Goblin. I do have to hold him up. Here's how he stands next to the Scorpion from the Retro Card line. Here's how he stands next to my custom painted King in Black Venom, and I do have the movie Venom. I just don't know where he is. So, in the meantime, here he stands next to Hammerhead from the second wave of the Retro Card line there. Here's how he stands next to the Marvel Legends 80 Years Iron Man. Here's how he stands next to the Marvel Legends Hydra Bob 2-pack Deadpool and the Hawkeye Disney Plus show Kingpin. Here he is standing next to the Retro Card Sandman and the VHS 2-pack MJ that came with the Goblin that I showed earlier. Here he stands next to the King in Black 2-pack Null and the 10th anniversary Miles suit, which if you are an OG and you saw the original review, you know how I feel about this figure. But, yep, here's how these two stand next to each other. And just for fun, here's how he stands next to the movie Venom figure and the 2020 Retro Card Symbiote Spider-Man. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on this figure? It's pretty good, but there's so many things that bring it down. The lack of accessories really pisses me off because all of this, the top and everything here is all reuse, even the head. So the only thing that is new is this torso down to these legs. Not even the accessories are new. The only thing that's new is this head sculpt. So it costed them too much to make half of a body and a head sculpt to where they couldn't give us any new accessories and can't paint the web lines and still can't give good looking paint to match the actual rest of the colors of the figure, which is ridiculous. However, do these not look similar? Hold on. Anyway, so yeah, this figure is pretty good. It's a lot of fun. It's really fun, especially if you have this Miles, or heck, even the SHF Miles. You're going to have a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this, and that's the only thing that's saving this guy, and the fact that it just standard, you know, looks good. That it actually looks like a good and fun figure. So with that, I'm going to give this figure a 6.5 out of 10. Had so much potential to be really great. Hasbro decided to not have it be really good. Could have been one of the best Spider-Man. Decided to bring that down. And yeah, overall, this whole figure, the package, just what you get here, not great. Not great. So it's only going to get a 6.5 out of 10. And that's going to be my final review on this figure. And man, I really wanted it to be rated higher. But I also really wanted this figure to be good and come with good accessories that we paid the price for, and yeah, that we should get and that we deserve. As you can clearly see, the blue is two different colors from the legs to the purple right there. So that's what I'm talking about. But you know, Hasbro's Hasbro, and Hasbro fans are Hasbro fans, and Spider-Man fans hate Spider-Man, basically. So conjoined together, people are still going to defend this and think that it's amazing. Which, don't get me wrong, it definitely is really good. But at the same time, it could have been so much better. And that's what draws it back. So, yeah, and it's just, I think you guys understand what I'm saying. It's not really good. It is good. It's good enough to where, you know, it's not a complete waste of money. But at the same time, we deserve more, and we deserve better overall. So that's gonna leave it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please give this video a like, and if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when I post more videos like this, and so that I can give you the truth on your next figure. Thank you guys again for watching. Spread peace, love, and be greater together, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.